What if your partner expresses avoidant attachment because he or she is actually sensitive? I'm Shauna White, heartfelt intimacy coach for couples, relationship coach for spiritually awake people, specializing in creating heartfelt intimacy that flows naturally. And I'm taking a little journey down the attachment theory path because I found so my specialty is looking at the energy flows in communication. And I found that a lot of people talk about hiccups in their relationship or repetitive hiccups, patterns of frustration in the dynamics of their relationship in terms of the anxious avoidant attachment relationship dynamic. And yeah, I'm checking out this attachment theory thing. I'm listening to a very top of the line book about attachment theory. If you've found any books that you like about attachment theory, put the titles in the comments below. I might check those out as well. I am on my way to creating a course about the anxious avoidant dynamic as a communication dynamic rather than as a personality dynamic, because that's what I'm seeing everywhere I look, actually, is that it's actually just a communication dynamic. And today, I ran across a post by someone who said, well, the post was by someone who identifies as anxious. And someone responded to her who explained that he was a dismissive avoidant. And he opened up for her from his own experience what building more intimacy in his relationship really involved. And what he ended up sharing was essentially that he is a very sensitive person. And I'm putting it in my own words, what he said. If I read you what he wrote, we'd be here for 20 minutes. He wrote a lot. But essentially what he described is that he is a sensitive person. And by sensitive, I mean easily overwhelmed by feelings or by energies. Like the energy of communication with his girlfriend impacts him in a way that it's hard for him to put words on. So he needs to slow down and have space to share how he's feeling and to have her share how she's feeling, but to put it in this very intentional, open, breezy way where there's no control and no boxing in. And that is that's so natural, actually. So I am, again, it's confirmed. I think that this anxious and avoidant dynamic that shows up in relationship is really a communication dynamic. And that when you can rebalance yourself to a place of alignment with divine love in the core of your being, which is what I help people do, because that's what makes life wonderful. I found out from doing it myself. Then it shifts the subtle ways that control and pushing and trying to make a beautiful love life happen. It lifts the weight of that control, and it gets rid of the box that's very subtly being communicated in the desire to create connection. It's completely natural to want to feel connection with your partner. And this dismissive avoidant confirmed the fact that the avoidant person wants it just as much as the anxiously attached person. But there's this hidden dynamic going on. And this is the dynamic that I help people with big time. Like when you express your needs, does your partner just shut down? That could be summarized as like anxious, trying to get connection, and avoidant being like, oh my God, I feel controlled. I don't know what to do. I gotta back off, right? It's just a communication dynamic. So I want to know from you, your experience, if you've been on the anxious side or you've been on the avoidant side, if you relate to these terms, this lens of looking through relationship, what was your experience? Did you, if you were on the avoidant side, were you just sensitive and feeling controlled? Was it really a personality thing? In other words, was it really just a way that you are because of your childhood? Or was it something going on in the communication that was bugging you? Yeah, if you have the discernment of that, or even if you just have some experience with that and you want to talk about it, I really want to talk to people about this now, because I am creating a course and I want to create a course that's really powerful. So I really want to talk to you and find out what were your insights and your challenges through the lens of attachment theory, anxious and avoidant, so that I can really nail this course, because I think that I know that I can put together something that will help shift these dynamics. Because when we look at people through a lens of that's your style because you grew up this way, then whatever changes, how do you actually dissolve the walls to intimacy if you look at it like that's the way this person is and this is just the way I am, and try to work on it from an identified point of view? It's not really who you are. I mean, who you are is a child of God. Who you are is an extension of divine love expressing itself in this planet, except for the ways in which you distract yourself from that by mistake, like we all do, because of everything that you grew up thinking that you are and thought you had to do in order to survive emotionally in this world. This is the challenge that we all face. But when we look at it, that's my experience and observation, when we look at it from a perspective of communication dynamics in the now, and like what's coming up for us, and getting to the root, which is also something I help people do, then things become more fluid, and it's easier to change and shift to the healthy, harmonious, beautifully intimate way that you really want to come from your heart and connect with your partner. So anyway, that's what I want to help people do with the course that I'm creating, that someone asked me to create because they heard me talking about this stuff. And it is going to be a paid course. But for anyone who wants to share their experience of relationship challenges through the lens of attachment theory with me on Zoom for 20 minutes to help me collect real experiences that I can address in the course, then I will give you the course for free. So if you're interested in that, you can put a comment below that says Zoom, or you can send me a private message if you'd rather do it that way. I would love to hear from you and get you on the calendar for a quick discovery chat about your relationship experiences through the lens of attachment theory. Alrighty, thank you very much. Have a great day.